Hello. Liverpool Football Club, Champions League final yet again. Oh my goodness gracious me. We are creeping ever closer to kick-off. Stay here with Ross Chanley. We'll be doing the watch along later, but right now we are going to be reacting to the Liverpool team news. The team isn't out yet. As soon as it does come out, of course, we'll bring it to you guys. What we do know, though, Ross, is that the Real Madrid went early.
Way early, yeah.
Real Madrid put their team out at 25-6 UK time.
Is that ballsy, or is that just... Is it ballsy to put your team news out first and go, yeah, do you deal with that? Or do you think Jurgen was flicking through Twitter and going, bloody hell, they've got early?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it, to be honest. It's like Carlo, obviously, does trust their team. Shall we have a little look at it?
Yeah.
I'll bring it up on the screen now, Joe. Is that right? There we go. So, yeah, they've gone for Courtois in goal. Carvajal, Militao. Now, Alaba's back at centre-half, which is huge for them. With Mendy at left-back. A midfield three, unsurprisingly, of Casemiro, Kroos and Modric. A front three of Vinicius, Benzema, and then he's gone for Valverde over Rodrigo. A couple of interesting notes on the bench. Eden Hazard makes the bench. Gareth Bale makes the bench as well. Two former tormentors of us. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're both on the bench. Rodrigo, I mentioned earlier. Camavinga as well. Marcelo, another legend of Real Madrid, is on there, as is Asensio, Ceballos, Isco as well, another one, Mariano. They are stacked full of quality. They've gone for the front three that played against City, where they've gone for that little bit more protection on the right-hand side. Yep. I spoke to Raul, obviously the Real Madrid fan. He said he thought it would be Valverde because it's a bit risky to go Rodrigo and just leave Liverpool one-on-one against Danny Carvajal. But yeah, other than that, it's the team. It's pretty much the team we expected, although Alaba being back is a huge boost for them.
Yeah, and again, it depends on, with Alaba, how much training time he's had. We do this with our players, and Thiago and Fabinho, we've all been kind of not worried, but maybe concerned of like, Fabinho in particular, does he need some game time under his belt before he comes back? Will he be a bit slow? But obviously Alba's a more than experienced footballer. I'm sure he'll know what he's doing, but it's just a massive boost to have that on there. When I said, bringing out the team news, it's kind of our deal with that. We've got some of the big guns back. The midfield three was the one that we all thought they'd go for. And as you said, the one place that we kind of questioned was that, the other side on the right, opposite of Vinicius Jr. But again, similar to Camavinga, Rodrigo's come on and had an effect in some games as well.
He's the reason that here.
Well, exactly, off the bench. So, they're well stats on the bench. And, when we spoke to Jamie Carragher early this week, he said the difference might be from the bench, and that can go for either side, which is why it's important for both teams. Well, it's important for Liverpool to have their strongest team available and to have a strong bench as well, because it could ultimately be someone who comes off the bench, as Jamie said, that can make the difference in this game, as they have done for Real Madrid and they have done for Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely. On Alaba, it's interesting. He hasn't played a game, he missed the league game on the 30th of April in La Liga, so we played on the 20th of April. He's been out since then pretty much, so he's missed about a month's worth of action with what this is transfer mark, by the way, you said, with the adductor problem. So yeah, they've literally thrown him straight back in. Now the flip side of that is there was no need to rush him because they had the league wrapped up, so he might have been fine 2 weeks ago and they've just took it easy with him. But like I say, to come in from the cold and go straight into a Champions League final at centre half, I mean, he's a quality player, we know that, how brilliant he is. But yeah, that is something that's worth mentioning. Obviously City got at them with Nacho a little bit as well, and Alaba's definitely an improvement if he's fit, but still Liverpool should be looking to test them. What I want to talk about then is Liverpool side. Before I do that, I got a super chat from AFC Max. I'm coming live from a casino in the city of Australia. Now, Australia's not a city, Max, so maybe you've had a couple of pints already. Fair play to you. A couple of Fosters. I'm surrounded by at least 2,000 Liverpool fans, and it's popping off here. Fantastic atmosphere. Come on, the Reds. Yeah, thank you very much for that, my mate. Max is often in the chat, even though he doesn't support the Reds. I think he's actually a closet Red. But don't worry, Max, we'll tell everyone. We've got you absolutely covered here. Liverpool side picks itself, Ross, other than 10. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pose you the question at centre-back.
Yeah.
You've got time to think about it. All you guys at home as well, if you're a club legend, use the Discord chat. If you are watching live on YouTube now, use the comments section below. Who do you want Jurgen to pick at centre-back alongside Virgil van Dijk? It's a toss-up between Matip and Konate. I think the rest of the team picks itself. So Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Salah, Mane, Diaz. That's what's going to be. I'm 99% certain that's what it's going to be. I'll be shocked if it's not. The 1% is who's going to be at centre-back. So yeah, while you have a little think about who should start at centre-back, we're going to go to a quick message from today's team news sponsor. So yeah, we'll be right back after this. Get your thoughts in both chats now.
Hey everyone, just to take a moment to thank our sponsors, OddsMonkey. Yes, they are going to guide you through the world of matched betting. So if you're on the lookout for a tax-free side hustle, then check out OddsMonkey. What we know about what they do is that loads of the bookmakers all offer free bets and free offers, and through their guide, they can help you take advantage of that. With their free trial, if you head to them through the link, you can get up to £60 as well, simply for going through their very simple process. They have got an incredibly easy to use 3-step guide on the website that's going to guide you along the way and show you how to lock in a profit of over £1,000. If you're the type of person that's interested in earning some extra money from home in your spare time, then check it out. Click the link or scan the QR code on screen. Head over to OddsMonkey, your guide to matched betting.
So thank you for today's sponsor, OddsMonkey. If you are into that kind of thing, and do check them out. If you're not, it's absolutely fine as well. Do not bother. It's not a problem. But if you are into that kind of stuff, into gambling and whatever, then please do check them out. Again, do not feel pressured. 18 plus and all that kind of stuff. And it's not for you. Absolutely fine. Let's just move on with our lives. Right then, I'm going to go to the people first, Ross. So you've got a couple of times to think about this centre-half conundrum. So in our Discord chat, Kieran's gone for Matip. Tribod says, I adore Matip, but Ibu is the guy to say no to Vinny Jr., which, yeah, both good points there. I'll go over to YouTube because it's flooded in, so I can't read them all, but I'll get to as many there as we can. It's a split. It's split, to be honest with you. I will go. Nathan, one of our members, has gone for Matip. We've got lots of Matips. There's quite a few Ibus as well. Thanks to Dickie Oy Red, who says, probably be Matip or Konate. Yeah. In fact, I would remove the probably, mate. I would be shocked if it's Joe Gomez. Rachel Todd, hello Rachel, she's gone for Matip as well. So has Ben Pryor. He's a safe pair of hands, and he said you could always bring Ibu on for extra time if needed, like in the League Cup final. Rob's gone for Matip because of his experience. Danny Newman's gone for Konate. So Ross, go on.
I'm going to stick with what I said on the build-up show that we did earlier this week. It's Joe Matip for me. And, you know, to the comments there, says it all. You know, if Konate gets picked, I have absolutely no issue with that at all. I don't have an issue with who it is either way. For me, it's just the experience of Joe Matip. And I think going forward as well, I think you could probably make points of both of them. Going forward, passing in between the lines, getting it to the front three, you pick Joe Matip. But then equally, Konate from set pieces, scoring headers, his track record in his competition alone recently in the past few months.
He's got the pace as well.
Yeah, he's been terrific. I get the concern with Vinicius Jr. down Trent's side, but I also think that's not just the job of a Joe Matip or a Konate. That needs to be Fabinho and Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, but even then, mate, they're not catching him.
No, not catching him. But it's like it's when Trent's bombed forward, and they're going to look to use Vinicius Jr. as an outlet. And we said this again. I hate to repeat myself. If Trent's going forward, he needs to talk to Fabinho and talk to Jordan Henderson. Like, listen, lads, I'm going. Keep an eye on him for me, because the danger is, and I suppose it's danger with the midfielders as well. If Trent goes forward and goes, right, Hendo, just go and mark Vinicius Jr. for me, who's then marking Kroos or Modric? No, someone's always missing, but it's the same thing with Benzema. You know, can you leave Van Dijk one-on-one with Benzema? Will it be one-on-one? Will you have midfield runners going into that thing as well? So whatever you're doing, you're pulling someone away. I think it's a job between Trent, Fabinho and Henderson to deal with that side at the right times and when it's right. Ibu has got the pace if he gets in behind him, but Joel Matip's awareness in the positional play, I think, makes up for some of his pace.
Yeah, I think the worry is no one who can chase him back in our team. Now Vinicius is rapid, so not many will get close to him. But Ibu looks like he's most likely. Now Virgil can, but he's far away. He's over on the other side. So that's the argument for Konate. And Dickie Red says, okay, Steve, if you put a gun to my head, first, put the gun away, please. Second, I'll go Konate for his pace and because he's a unit. Yeah, and that's... And I agree. I said I would go Matip, but I think Jurgen's going to go Konate.
Yeah.
That's what I That's what my guess is, but we'll soon keep an eye out on the channel.
Do you think there's I think I was talking to my brother about this morning, maybe a case of somewhere in the front three. Now,
Bobby's always lurking around.
Bobby's, yeah, and I don't think a lot of people would start him, and I probably wouldn't. But I just listened to my brother's argument this morning of, I think you want to start your best. I think Diaz obviously deserves to start. Manny down the middle and Salah on the right is what we'd all go with. But just for playing devil's advocate and for the sake of a conversation, Bobby, I think a lot of people have said you can have him to sit on Kroos, you can have him to sit on Modric and kind of do that dirty work. But throw it back to what we said at the start of the show. We want someone to make a difference off the bench. Two of Bobby's latest appearances, I know he's come back from injury off the bench, haven't been great.
You're paying him a compliment there. He's been awful.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so he's been awful. So, but then if you're in a position where you want to change the game and you've had Sadio Mane running at Carvajal for 60, 70 minutes, then you take Bobby off, who's been doing all the grafting and running and pressing and helping out that midfield to soak up the game. And then you're bringing Diaz on for half an hour, 40 minutes, hypothetically, to go into a game. And then he's running to Carvajal for 40 minutes. And then Mane moves into the middle rather than bringing Bobby on for like a Mane or Diaz. In the last half an hour game, Divock Origi is not an option. So it doesn't feel like there's a like for like there.
No, I get you. I think you've got to win the game with what you think's your best team.
Yeah.
And then your subs you worry about later down the line. But I do agree. Firmino off the bench recently hasn't been great. But yeah, I don't think he can move Sadio. I think Sadio has to be number 9 now because of the form he's in. And the goals in this competition are just outrageous. And yeah, so I think it's going to be. I think it is going to be Diaz. It's obviously going to be Mo Salah as well. It was interesting. I'll see if I can bring the tweet up in a second. I was looking at Andrew Beasley's obviously base tunes thread who does all the stats, and he had a bit of work on Sadio Mane. I'm going to see if I can find it now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Sadio Mane, 9 goals. I'll zoom that in for you guys at home there. 9 goals and an amazing assist in his last 12 starts. A goal in his three Champions League starts in this period as well. And that's the thing where Sadio's in the goal scoring form.
Yeah.
I understand that, get around Modric, get around Kroos, get around Casemiro.
Mane can do it.
He can,
yeah.
But he's also got the goal threat. So I just don't see it. It has to be. I'd be really, really shocked. And to be fair, Jürgen rarely springs big surprises in big games. I think more often than not, you know what the team's going to be.
Yeah.
Today is a rarity actually where I think you can usually just name the 11. It's only now the centre half issue. With credit to Konate for that, by the way, who's forced himself into the conversation. In the Champions League final, in his home city as well, year after signing for us. Like, he's got a lot going for him, and I'm with you. I would go either or. It's a big game, though, for Liverpool's number 11. Like, he's put a lot of pressure on himself, Mo Salah here. He's talked this up. I wanted revenge. I wanted Real Madrid. Even before, he has, though. And even before, he's like, who do you want to play, Real Madrid or City? He's like, no, I want Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He has to deliver, really.
Yeah.
When you talk the talk, you've got to go and walk the walk.
I've been mixed on this and can't decide where it's kind of a bit like, I'll just, not leave it. I understand his sentiment and where he's coming from and his reasons behind it, but also wanting to focus on winning for Liverpool and doing a job for us. And on the flip side, I actually think it's quite admirable. If he's found a reason to motivate himself. I have no doubt that Mo Salah will go onto that pitch tonight. I know he gave 110% anyway, but he's got that extra bit of, not needle, but a bit, just an extra reason to actually give it his all. I just hope it's not overshadowed by him trying to be the hero himself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And he will do because he is capable of it. But don't sound like everyone Star Wars. Don't let it overcloud his judgment when he's making decisions at the top end of the pitch when there's the teammates around. You're
essentially saying don't be more Luke and less Anakin there. Like don't let the dark side consume you more. Yeah, you've got to clear heads.
You can get revenge by doing it with your team, basically.
By winning the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't have to you scores the goal, but if you want to go and score,
that's what I mean. Don't put pressure on himself to make it about him and that he's got to do it for everyone else. It's a team game to be played here.
Absolutely right. Yeah, we're still waiting for the Liverpool team. Then we thought it might have been half past. As it stands, we haven't really seen anything, so we'll just crack on. More to talk about then. Let's talk about midfield, Ross, because it looks like we think we're going to get Fab and we think we're going to Thiago, which is amazing. We've just referenced Alaba coming back in fresh off injury. Now those two, not as long out, granted, but Fab hasn't played since he hobbled off, obviously,
Villa.
Thiago's a bit different. It was literally last week. So it's not the end. He shouldn't be out of rhythm, really. And he's trained a couple of times. But listen, that Villa game as well, it's worth mentioning Fabinho was dog.
Yeah.
He was absolutely rubbish. again, like, you can't afford that. Like, he's got to be on it tonight because you're getting dropped back in because you're the world's best defensive midfielder, or one of them. You've got your direct counterpart for that position in the national squad doing it on the other side. Like, that's a tough ask for Fab. He's more than capable because, again, he's brilliant. But, like, it isn't as straightforward to just be dropped into a Champions League final on the back of an injury, which was a muscle injury as well. It's not like he could even be doing much gym work or anything. It was a muscle injury that they need rest and stuff.
And it's all in preparation, though. You know, we referenced not last season, the season before we got to the final. Sorry, last time we won it. And we had 3 weeks preparation. So we were playing Benfica in closed doors games. I assume Liverpool would have done something similar to get him up to speed, to give him that kind of rhythm and consistency that he needs going into this. Now, it won't be the same game, but I also think mentally he's got to be ready for it. And I think it's easy when you say, listen, it's just one more game that you've got to have here. Just give it your all. So, he's a more than capable midfielder. I trust in him, and I trust in Jurgen Klopp. And also there's that kind of thing of mind games. If Fabinho's not starting in that midfield, I think we do the same. If a Benzema wasn't starting, or a Kroos or a Modric, you've almost... you feel a bit better, don't you? If Van Dijk's not starting, you go, oh, bloody hell, you kind of rub your hands together. Having Fabinho in there helps. I think Jordan Henderson would have done a good job, a great job, in fact. Yep. But he's not Fabinho in that position.
No, you're absolutely right. Got a super chat from Conor McMullen, who just says, 4.49. Please, Liverpool, pray emojis. Yeah, absolutely right, that we are very much in it. Tidor asks as well, why didn't you guys go to Paris? Well, because we're doing this. Paul, Chris, Tom, Si and Charlie are all in France. Me, Ross, Joe and Jimmy are here in equally as beautiful Hunts Cross to bring the show back to you guys. So yeah, we've split the team up. 4 have gone and 4 have stayed behind. So that's where we're at today.
5 have gone.
Sorry, 5 have gone and 5 have stayed behind because James is here as well.
Someone asked me yesterday, did I draw the short straw? And I just said there wasn't even a straw.
Well, what happened was there was a ballot for tickets, and whoever won the ballot got on the bus. So that was Paul and Chris won the ballot. I lost in the ballot for tickets. And then we needed producers, so Tom and Si went. Yeah. And that's why we...
And Errol's working.
Yeah.
Errol's throwing shapes.
If you're wondering where Errol is, Errol actually has another job. He obviously only presents here on a Saturday or Sunday, and he's got other work commitments to do around the games also. That's why Errol's not here. But
do you know a little side note that I discovered last night?
I don't, but I can't wait.
Scotland play Ukraine on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Andy Robertson's not going to want to play in that.
He will 100% play in that.
It's daft, that, isn't it? 3 days after a Champions League final.
It's not great.
Yeah.
He'll have a parade tomorrow regardless of what happens tonight, and then he'll be flying to play for that. It's a big game.
It's World Cup qualifier.
It's a World Cup qualifier as well. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's mad that the demands put on these football players. I saw the other day the players' union was citing Salah and Mane of like the hours and the travel they've had to do this season. It's like, you are going to run footballs into
that's Jurgen Klopp's argument every time we do this.
Yeah. Rav says, I think Errol should put his modelling career on hold. He isn't modelling, to be funny enough. He is a good looking guy though, so he very much could do that.
He's a cool guy, is Errol.
He's a very cool guy. He's the coolest guy. Coolest Redmen guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By a long way,
Yeah. Very. Joe has just give us a whoa. Like, are you offended by that, Joe?
Oh, sorry, I thought the team news was out.
I thought something had gone wrong. Joe was just offended that he wasn't the coolest guy. Joe, I love you.
You're a close third.
I don't know who he is. Joe reckons he's in the... Do you reckon, where would you rank yourself in coolness? Errol's 1. You're 2, okay. Producer's always 2, yeah.
3-word style sent us $10 thanks very much, and then commented saying I've got to put my message in the super chat, lol. He said the treble is on until it isn't. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Do you know what? I had this discussion with myself the other day, actually. You know, this whole conversation of like, if Liverpool don't win the Champions League final and all this like nonsense, has been a disappointing season. I think I can separate being disappointed with Man City pipping us to the title, if for some reason we don't win this, be disappointed with this game and realise that it's not been a disappointing season for Liverpool.
I think we've had a...
And if you ask any other fan up and down this country, if you got 92 points in the league, got to a Champions League final, and you won 2 trophies, is that a disappointing season?
I think we've had a great season so far. It becomes an excellent season if we win tonight. I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, Cyber Sam's also says Errol's been moonlighting on Grizz's channel. Yeah, well, Grizz comes on our channel as well, so a bit of home away from home, but yeah, he has, absolutely right. Paul says, nice t-shirt for me. Thanks very much, yeah, I love it.
I'm throwing my one.
Yeah, nice. Oh, look at that, right in the way. Sorry, Joe, go again. It's, a lay here, and there's, oh, no, look at that. Oh, hello. Class. That looks like we were showing our boobs. Like, oh, look at it, look at it. Anyway, yeah. Redmen merch if you want one, aren't they? Yeah, they're going.
This is
yours is a Fred's special.
How are you feeling, Steve?
Nervous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Not the best in terms of Sunday hurt me, and I'm open to say that. And again, that we was on the live stream as well, and I found it really difficult, and I got really emotional. So I'm very much aware of that coming into today, that I need to keep my emotions in check if I can, because I must admit Sunday, I hope, if you guys who were watching on Sunday, I hope it wasn't a bad stream, but I must admit my head went.
Errol's head went.
Errol was a wreck, so I was trying to look after him as well. But yeah, so my plan is try not to get there again, so I do apologise.
Has that affected your feeling going into this game? Because I've been a bit like that, and I'm not sure whether it's disappointing in the way, obviously the way that game turned out, and obviously that 20 minutes where we thought we were going to win the league, but I think it's affected my feeling going into this game slightly. I'm saying that I'm confident the lads can 100% do a job in this game, and I know it's a fine line between confident and cockiness. Not that at all. I completely respect Real Madrid and the team that they are, but I think had we finished the season on a high, not saying necessarily just winning the Premier League, but then going into this game you're a bit more buoyant, aren't you? Whereas it's kind of like we've not had like a little game in between. It's kind of forget about last week.
But we didn't lose the game, so that's my main, what's the word, positive from it. That Liverpool did their job.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So if we'd have lost that game and not won the league because of that, then I'd have thought, you know what, fair folks. In the end, it was irrelevant that we did in that game because City won anyway.
I know, it's just the way
we won the game.
Yeah.
What's interesting, by the way, is Ian Doyle's just tweeted this out from the Echo. The Liverpool team coach, meanwhile, appears to be stuck in traffic outside the stadium. Bear in mind, kickoff is like 1 hour 20 away. And he goes on, it's actually stuck among people. It was not very well organised for the team. Real Madrid didn't have many issues. They've been in the stadium a while now. Not ideal.
Oh.
That might be why the team hasn't been named, by the way, because they're not actually in the fucking ground yet. That could be one that maybe that's something to keep an eye on as well. Maybe that's why we're still waiting for this team news. Yeah, that's less than ideal. But yeah, going back to it, that's my thinking of it. If we'd have lost that game on the weekend and that was what caused us to lose the title, I'd have thought Liverpool didn't step up in a big game.
Yeah.
But they did. In the end, it was hard graft, but they got the win.
Yeah.
It just so happened that that Man City did the same thing. So no, it doesn't affect me too much. I'm sure we've got a couple of super chats there. Sorry, members chat. I do apologise.
Do you reckon the Liverpool have been stuck on that coach with coach with no Wi-Fi? That's why the team isn't out yet.
Well, yeah, hasn't got the bus to tell him. Yeah. N Brown says, up the treble seeking Reds, enjoy your night, lads. Yeah, absolutely right. Thank you so much for being a member, first teamer for 11 months. Who else have we got there? We've got another one from Ashley. I'm so excited for the game. How are we feeling today, guys? Hope this ends the season with a bang, because these boys have done us proud. Yeah, excited / nervous. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think I've not had until we came into the office and started seeing the scenes from the fan part, which is amazing, by the way. It's not really hit me. Like I walked in and said to Joe, I was like, how you feeling? It's like, doesn't feel like it's a Champions League semi-final, but now it's starting to feel real, and me bum's just
50p, 20p.
Yeah, but you've got to be excited, and it's the same with the Man City stuff on last Sunday as well. I just want to be on the other side.
Yeah, and if there's no nerves, it means you don't care. So nerves
exactly,
nerves are good.
Nerves are good, but I just want to be on the side. I just want to know what your feelings will be at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah,
but obviously,
let's enjoy it. LW with the 179 super chat. Lads, what are your midfield predictions? I did at the start of the Redmen prediction show, so you should have watched it.
Yeah,
but since you never, I'll give you a shout, my mate. Fab, Thiago, Hendo.
Yeah, 100%. Same.
Yeah.
And also, if Fabinho's not ready, it affects your ability to change in midfield. So there's no Fabinho or he's not ready. And same with Thiago as well. You're then down to Hendo.
If there was no Fab, then it was Hendo, Keita, Thiago.
Yeah.
If there was no Thiago, it was Keita. Either way, Naby was playing.
But then your options off the bench are then
Curtis is first sub
and Milner.
Which are good options.
Yeah, you're fine.
But they're not obviously that as good as that. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out then on this situation. Like I say, the Liverpool team bus apparently is stuck outside the ground. He can't get in. Although James Pearce has just tweeted, we got live updates. It's like an American.
This is bus news, not team news, isn't it?
Like an American car chase where they're getting overhead shots. Everything. The coach is now moving again. They're nearly here. It does not look well organised. From what I can see there, to be fair, quite fair to them. There's no barriers or fences around there, is there? There's just a bit of a free-for-all on that picture. But yeah, that might be why actually we're still waiting for the team. We'll find out in due course. Yeah, they're in the stadium.
Hey, here we go. Boss update.
Thanks, Ian. We are in the stadium, yeah. That's where we're up to right now. What did you make of the fan park stuff? Looked awesome, didn't it? Paul, I've been speaking to the guys who were down there today.
Yeah.
Some of them, it was that busy, couldn't even get in. They were stood at the back outside of it.
Yeah, I saw there's loads of trouble, people trying to get in. Because
it's too busy. It held 40,000, and I reckon there's double that there, probably.
I've seen James Pearce tweeting and a couple of other journalists and people that were there. Neil Jones, obviously, good friend of the show, and saying, the fan park in Madrid was special, but this is just on another scale, and there'll be thousands of people that have turned up to that fan park just to go and watch and sing some songs. They won't even have tickets for the games, but they've gone there to go and have a good time, have a party, and presumably go and find a bar or something to go and watch the game in. So it's incredible support, and I'm sure the players will watch that. The players will be on that coach, which is now in the stadium, and they'll be checking the Twitter accounts and going, "Fucking hell, this is amazing." Players that weren't there for it, weren't there in Madrid. A Konate or a Simicas, Thiago. Obviously he's been there and done it with Bayern Munich, of course, but he wasn't here for Madrid. So it's important to all these players, and how important it is to us as fans as well. So incredible scenes. It's the next best thing if you're not going to the game, I think, is to be there, and then after that it's watching it. Sat on your sofa, watching it through Twitter. But it's amazing the fact the club and Boss Night all put that together. It's incredibly jealous.
We've had an update from the stadium from our friend Ben Kelly, who says it's absolute disgrace outside the ground. The crush like you wouldn't believe. The full guards who took me around the neck because I was being pushed. They thought it was me. It was grim. It doesn't look like we've had issues with the bus now. They've had issues outside the stadium as well. It looks like it's not ideal around the Stade de France at the moment, which again might be which is something to keep an eye on. We hopefully Ben looks like he's all right, thankfully. I go mate, but it looks like
he's doing enough to tweet, isn't he?
He's all right, but it looks like
it's the same with every European away. Unfortunately, it's not just a Liverpool thing. It's just the way that. I'm not saying it's acceptable, by the way, how football fans get treated. It's disgusting. I remember.
I was in Villarreal. It wasn't great.
No, me and Tom went to
Napoli. Joke.
It's grim, and it's quite intimidating as well, because you turn up, you have to go and meet at some coaches first, like 3 hours before the game or 4 hours before the game, making sit you wait, and it's like armed police and armed army.
They treat you like you're a criminal before you've even done anything wrong. Yeah, we're expecting, by the way, the Liverpool team at 1:45. So in about 2 minutes' time, we think we should have the Liverpool 11 for the Champions League final.
Any curveballs? Anyone you think might be a little surprise?
See, there was a mad Milner shout going round my head. If they don't think Thiago, if he's only fit for half an hour, does he just throw Milner on to be the solid, secure Milner? But the only thing, again, it's usually going to be centre half, and is Thiago fit enough to start the game? Are the two major questions, really. And again, we will find that out in a moment. But they're the only two for me that I think. Amit says, 449 super chat, thanks Amit. Big up guys, I've said the various ways our fans got to Paris was mind-blowing. Coaches and dinghies.
Oh, the dinghy was the best one, that's brilliant. I love the fact they were just blaring some tunes out in there as well.
So those guys, what happened there, the story with them is their flight got cancelled, so they drove to Heathrow, said to get another flight, there wasn't none, so they flew to Jersey. We're on Jersey thinking, how do we get across? And then that guy, apparently, one of them, their friend knew a scuba diving instructor, so they all just jumped in his boat and just hopped along from Jersey down the channel. So Paul and Chris and Charlie and Tom drove, by the way. That vlog's on the YouTube. If you haven't seen it already, maybe watch it in between this show and the watch along. Sai flew. We've got mates who Ozzy got the boat. Paul and Chris were on the train. Sam was on the boat. So basically Team Redmen have got there in similar mode.
I've seen loads of people. Neil Jones flew to Amsterdam.
Got a train.
Now.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, team I
know Sean got the train. Yeah. So anyway, the Liverpool team, as Ross has just appeared. He's just walked off across the camera as well.
Sorry.
That was horrendous. It is Ibu Konate.
It is.
Right then, the Liverpool 11. Ross, I'll read it out to you. You don't have to look. I've got you covered.
I know. I need to tweet it though, Steve.
Oh, Ross, multitasking, fair enough. Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibu Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Jordan Henderson, Thiago Alcantara, Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane. I think we'll find that my team was 11 out of 11 in the starting 11 prediction show. Shout out me. The subs bench, if I got all the subs right, I might have to take my top off. Ross?
Hang on, wait there. Yep, 2 seconds. Subs bench is...
I've got it, but I'm going to... Can you check if I'm right? You can be my marker. Right. I have got Kelleher.
Yep.
Milner.
Yep.
Naby.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Gomez.
Yeah.
Ox.
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
Minamino.
Yeah.
Jota.
Yeah.
Simicas.
Yeah.
Matip.
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott.
Smashed it.
Well.
It's,
Is that the first time anyone's got 23 right on the starting 11 prediction show?
well, I'm pretty sure you said you were taking your top off if you got the suspense right, Steve.
It's off. It's back on.
I think we're all waiting.
Come back to me, Joe. Come back to me. Oh, you just missed it, guys. I'm so sorry. I look like Tom Hardy under this. Go back to Ross to the board.
Right, so I'll just run through that one more time. Alisson Becker starts in goal. A back four of Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate gets the nod over Joel Matip. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Did this the other day? Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Tom was showing me that the other day. Got a bit of a tongue twister. Fabinho, Thiago, Jordan Henderson, Luis Diaz, Sadio Mane, and Mohamed Salah. Kelleher, Simicas, Milner, Jones, Bobby, Taki, Matip, Gomez, Naby, Jota, Elliott, and Oxlade-Chamberlain. So pretty much as we thought. The question that we had kind of spoke through before was whether it be Matip or Konate, and whether Fabinho and or Thiago would be fit. So a lot of people said Konate because it might be his job to kind of running behind and help Trent out with Vinicius Junior down that left hand side, who's quite a threat for Real Madrid. It's a big start for him, but as I said before, he's been given a nod in a lot of big games in recent weeks and in European competition as well. He's also got that aerial threat from set pieces as well, so he scored a few goals. And he got 3 and 3 on the bounce in Europe and in it was the Carabao Cup, wasn't it? Midfield, I'd say that's our best midfield 3 for this game. We're just hoping that Fabinho and Thiago can play the majority of this game, and obviously I think they kind of have been given the nod. And the bench as well, actually, I think it gives us enough options if we do want to change things up. Steve just mentioned there, James Milner. If you're in a position where there's 20 minutes to go, hopefully Liverpool are ahead, you want some experience, a level head, or maybe just someone just to go and welly someone. I think James Milner is your man. Bobby Firmino and Jota will be upset that they're both not starting this game, but I don't think they can argue with the form of Diaz, Mane and Salah. But again, when you look into the bench and you want to change something up, I think they're both very good options. And similarly in midfield, you've got Naby, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott maybe. I don't think he will, but he's still good options to have. And then Chamberlain, who we haven't seen for weeks, but you never know what Jurgen might do. But I think, we spoke about the starting 11 quite a lot, Steve, but I think that bench is pretty impressive. I can't think of anyone who's missed out. Obviously, David Origi's the only one who's actually injured and can't make this game. But maybe that's why you got 23 out of 23, because there's no one else, is there?
Listen, don't piss on my parade. I got 25. Yeah, come back, go on, you come back. Yeah, so first of all, shout out to Scott Hawks with the $50 super chat. Thanks very much, Scott. That's the team we were hoping for, and hopefully the result to follow. Believe you'll never walk alone. Cameron said, did he just tell Siri to shut up? That's exactly what Ross just did. Siri has watched that talking to him as well. Yeah, and then thanks to our good mate Tribod, who said, Steve, do you mean your body is like Tom Hardy or Oliver Hardy? Thanks, my mate.
Or hardly working out.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, fair enough. You missed it. If Joe was a better producer, you'd have got it faster. You'd have seen what. I'm like Flanders. Just ripped the top off and it's just absolute ripped. But yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, and then Jeannie's just done #Steve, please keep your clothes on. Yeah, fair enough. Nobody wants to see that. Although, if you do want to see whores taking their clothes off on the internet, apparently there are plenty of websites that do that thing.
I can recommend some.
But this isn't one of them. So,
okay.
I mean, you can, feel free, but that's going to say a lot about you. You just like dealing out your porn choices live on. I didn't expect the TV show to go this way, but here we are. Here we are. Then right then,
you're looking to kill time between now and the game.
Horse with their clothes off. Yeah. So Ibu, then we had the conversation before. I had a feeling he would go for it. It's obviously the pace thing. It's got to be, because for every other reason, really, Matip's your guy. It's got to be. I mean, fair play to Ibu Konate. Home. Imagine that, a year after signing for the Reds now. Yeah. A Champions League final in your home city against fucking Real Madrid. I mean, that's massive for him.
It shows to trust him as well, I think, and credit to him, because he's built that up. Been certain situations this season where you thought he might have got a game, or Matip's played a lot more football than I thought he would have done this season. He's completely changed my perspective. So at the start of the season, I was kind of done with him because of his injury record of the past 2 seasons. I just thought that was him done. Obviously, Konate comes in, you kind of think, oh, maybe it's an immediate replacement, or he'll play a lot more football than he did. But it turns out because Matip's been so fit, you can nurture Konate into these scenes, and it's like, I mentioned this with a lot of younger players. It was Konate's birthday today, so I think he's just turned 22. Is that right, or he's just turned 23? 23 yeah. But the experience that he's got at this level and what he's capable of, and I said reference before the goals that he scored in big European aways and in the Carabao Cup. It was a semi-final against City. He scored a header, wasn't it?
In the FA Cup semi, yeah. He scored in Benfica as well, home and away. Benfica,
So the trust is there. It's hard for a defender to come in, particularly when it's that age and the way that Liverpool play and the way that they defend, to get it drilled into him. But I think he's shown his qualities, and I thought that there's also a case of Matip will start because of his experience and the way that he reads the game, and also the other argument was Konate should hopefully have plenty of chances to play Champions League finals in his Liverpool career, because we're going to have him for another 10 years. But if you've got a 22, 23-year-old starting in the Champions League final, centre back for Liverpool Football Club, it's credit to him and the job that he's done, I think, as well as being a unit.
And the fact that we've never lost a game when he's played.
Oh, there you go then.
There's a bit of going there as well, absolutely. Yeah, Liverpool doing all right with EB on the team. B11YT with the Super Chat says 179. Love you guys, thanks for a great season. Big Ebu, thank you very much, yeah. Like I say, this is the last, obviously, Team News React show of the season. 63 of these now in the pan, and yeah, it's been emotional. It's been hard work at times in terms of, what's the word? Nervousness. And some games, basically every one of them's mattered. There's been very few of these where, like, I think Paul and Chris got the early League Cup games where they weren't that bothered.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, it feels like every part of it's been absolutely huge. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long one, but thank you very much for joining us for the ride. Eaton has gone for the $5 Canadian. I'm surprised Klopp went with Konate over Matip. Well, you should listen to me, Ethan, because my starting 11, 23 was right.
It's impressive.
It's got to be the pace. I mean, you were kind of right. It was like there was nobody else really. It was whether he went for 2 goalies, because sometimes he does that.
Yeah.
And knocks someone else off the bench, but he hasn't gone for that this time. What time is kick-off? The kick-off is in 1 hour and 5 minutes. So what we are going to do now, Ross, is go for a break. Let's go and gather our thoughts, get ourselves well hydrated.
Yep.
And then you guys do join us in about 50 minutes or so's time. We'll go live at 7:45 UK time. Figure that out yourselves. I'm not smart enough to do time zones everywhere else. I can do France 8:45. Other than that, I'm in a bit of trouble. So yeah, basically 50 minutes or so. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the little alert bell, you will get a notification when we do go live. So yeah, we're looking to be going live at 7:45 for the entire game, whether that be 90 minutes, whether that be extra time, whether that be penalties, and hopefully a trophy lift for Liverpool at some point as well. We've got you guys covered, so yeah, do come and join us. Put your TV on, press mute, sync up with our game clock, and then you can have our commentary while you're watching the game, so you don't have to listen to insert X pundit here.
McManaman, it'll be. It's BT, innit?
Lick it, yeah.
I might call you Fletch the rest of the night.
And Steve McManaman emphasising his ings.
Yeah.
They're doing.
Yeah.
He gets rid of it. He forgets he's a scout, and he kind of makes up for his scoutness.
What are they doing, Fletch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you don't need that if you're in the UK. Or wherever you guys are from. Hope they're not going to be better than us. They're not going to sound like us. That's for certain. Right, Ross, let's go and get a drink.
Yeah.
All you guys do come back and join us. And like I say, it's like 50 minutes or so's time. Again, like we mentioned before, thanks to OddsMonkey for sponsoring the show. If that's your kind of thing, the link is in the description below. But if it's not, don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Go and check out our YouTube channel now. You've got 45 minutes to kill. Paul and Chris have been doing lots and lots and lots of great work over there, as has Tom and Charlie as well. So yeah, see you in about 50 minutes for the Champions League final. See you in a bit.
Hope you enjoyed that video. We have got a whole host of amazing content to get you ready for Paris. We've got interviews with Virgil van Dijk, Sadio Mane, Jordan Henderson, a podcast with Jamie Carragher, and the story of the 1981 European Cup final win with the captain that lifted it, Phil Thompson, exclusively right now in video and podcast form on redmenplus.com.